What's good? What's good, people? It's your boy Kelvin with Behind the Bench. Big shout out to everybody out there. Big shout out to the new subscribers and the came to our page. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for subbing up and checking us out. I hope y'all blessed and doing well this holiday season. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the other guys in the group. JB, Shad, check out their videos. Big shout out to Kobe Bryant Film Room. Y'all sub up to his channel. He do good work. And big shout out to Big Dog Talk Sports. Sub up to his channel. He do good work also. He have good content. As we continue to grow and move forward. Well, the game just ended. The Lakers end up losing 118 to 111. But the Lakers actually competed. The Lakers did not look bad. As I told y'all on my previous video, everyone thought they was going to get blowed out and lose by 20, 25 points without LeBron. I told y'all that do not be surprised if the Lakers look better with LeBron sitting out. And they did. Now, ultimately, they lost because too many turnovers and the lack of offensive talent, at the wing positions, at the guard and the wing position. But the defense looked much, much better tonight, and they actually competed. And they made a much better showing tonight. It was actually a competitive game for most of the game. It was very competitive. So you have to give them credit for that. I thought starting out the game, I thought Anthony Davis looked really, really good. They had Anthony Davis running like, point forward. He was bringing the ball up court, and then they was running the offense through him at the high post to start the game. And he looked really, really well. He was aggressive. He scored some points. He started out with 2 quick assists, and I thought the Lakers looked really, really good. They had a nice lead early. The defense looked better when they got to be set in the half court. I thought the Lakers defense looked pretty good, looked much better because they didn't have to make up for LeBron not being there. Just keeping it real. The defense looked a whole lot better. Timberwolves, they did what they did. Anthony Edwards and them, they made a run, got back in the game. The game was tied. It was close, going back and forth. Anthony Edwards would start out the first quarter. He was hot. He had 12 points. He got rolling. AD was looking pretty good. What I didn't like that they had Rui Hachimura guarding Cat. That was a mismatch, and Cat kind of abused Rui at times. I didn't like that. But, they started out pretty good, and then danger zone happened. Anthony Davis went to the bench. When he went to the bench, all hell started to break loose at the end of the first quarter. The Lakers started committing turnovers after turnovers after turnover. I think 5 straight possessions they had turnovers. And those turnovers led to transition baskets. And that took the lead up to about 7, 8 points. Now, what the Lakers got lucky at the end of the first quarter, Jackson Hayes got a big and 1 3-point play to cut the lead down. And then right before the quarter ended, Taurean Prince, he threw up a wild 3-pointer that went in. And it got the lead back down to 4 points. So they got fortunate that the lead wasn't like about 15 when the Timberwolves started rolling with those turnovers. But the lead was down to 4 going into the second quarter. AD was sitting out still to start the second quarter. Austin Reeves played very, very well to start the second quarter. He hit some shots. He was the only one that's able to generate any kind of offense. I thought he played pretty good. He was made some shots to keep them in the game. Rui Hachimura he played very well tonight. You have to give him a lot of credit. He stepped up. I think he had 18 points. Yeah, he had 18 points. He played well. He hit some shots. Cam Reddish made a couple shots when AD was out. I didn't like that Darvin Ham kind of left Anthony Davis out the game. I thought he, left him out a little bit too long, but he got away with it because Austin Reeves made a few shots and some of the role players made a few shots. But again, the key point I'm going to keep stressing is turnovers. The Lakers had a lot of turnovers. And this is because the lack of talent on the offensive end that they have. Vanderbilt, Reddish, Torian Prince, even Rui Hachimura, even though he had a solid game, these guys could not create their own shot. The only people that can create their own offense was Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves. And then sometimes Austin Reeves will have trouble generating offense. He had like 4 or 5 turnovers a night. And that's the common thing. So AD comes back. Austin Reeves does a good job to keep the game close. It's kind of going back and forth um, all night long, even the turnovers and even off just missed shots. The Lakers' transition defense was bad. When their defense got set in the half court, they was fine. Uh, Darvin Ham, they had them playing zone. They mixed it up with man-to-man and some zone. They had some 3-2 zone and man-to-man. I thought the zone at times gave the Timberwolves a little trouble. But, the second quarter, AD came back. They was able to keep the game close. It was kind of going back and forth a little bit. The Timberwolves was winning, but they was up by like 6 points, 5 points. And going into the half, the Lakers looked pretty good. They was only down by 4 points, which was fine. And then going into the third quarter, AD got out to a good start. Lakers got on a little run. They got the game tied. They actually went up at one point by like 2 points, I believe. But the Timberwolves hit a big three. Cat got rolling a little bit in that third quarter. And D'Angelo Russell for most of the game was terrible. He had bad turnovers, bad shot selection. I don't know what was going on with him. His defense was awful. At times, he was leaving shooters open. I don't know what was going on with D'Angelo Russell tonight, but he looked awful. And at one point, the Timberwolves went up by like 7, and then the Lakers got back into that zone defense, that 3-2 zone, and they was able to get back in the game. They made some stops. They was able to get back in the game. Anthony Davis, he got rolling a little bit more. He made some big shots, and they got the game back close at the end of the third quarter. They was only down by 4, and I was like, okay, it's not bad. They actually competing. And I thought they was actually going to try to pull it out. I thought they was going to really pull this game out because it was close, kind of going back and forth. They was able to keep it within 5, 6 points. Timberwolves went up by like 7. The Lakers played solid defense, made a few stops. They got it down to 4. I was like, okay, they might steal this game. And then going into the fourth quarter, AD, he sat out. And again, the same thing happened. When AD sit out, danger zone. The offense struggles. These guys have, with the lack of talent, they have a hard time generating offense. And then it's more turnovers. And turnovers lead to transition points. Cat started going, he started being very, very aggressive in the fourth quarter. And then eventually, Anthony Davis came back in. He played well, but you can see Anthony Davis, you can see him kind of running out of gas. He was getting tired. He started giving up points to Gobert. He had about 8 points or so in the fourth quarter. He started catching alley-oops and little layups and stuff like that. The Lakers were able to make one final push. They had the game. The game was down to 100 to 95. I wrote this down. This was a very key point. It was 100 to 95. The Lakers made a big stop on defense. They got a steal. They was on a 3-2 fast break, and they was going down, to cut the lead, to 3, because they was only down by 5. And I forgot who it was leading the break. They passed the ball to Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish lost it. Turnover. Timberwolves went back the other way. Anthony Edwards, I believe he got an and one. He got fouled. He got an and one. And, that pretty much ended the game right there. That was the kind of final push, was 100 to 95. Now, later on in the quarter, D'Angelo Russell made, he made some shots. His numbers and stats are not going to look good, but overall, D'Angelo Russell played terrible. He played very, very awful. Bad shot selection or whatever. And at that point, after that turnover, the Timberwolves got the lead up to about 12 or something like that. And you can see the Lakers kind of running out of gas. You just see him tired. AD was kind of tired. They did get D'Angelo Russell made a few shots. They got some steals or whatever. They got the lead down to about 8 or whatever. But the game was pretty much over. Anthony Edwards made some shots or whatever, and you could just see the Lakers. They were just out of gas on a back to back, which is, it is what it is, man. These guys not used to playing back to back, but they just ran out of gas. But overall, the key to the game was the turnovers. I'm sorry to tell you people, man, the Lakers, they just don't have a lot of talent, you know, especially when AD goes to the bench and then you got y'all boy LeBron not playing. And the only other person that can really generate some offense is Austin Reeves. The other guys on the team, even though Rui Hachimura had a decent game, these guys with the lack of offensive skill, they just have trouble generating offense. And as they trying to dribble and go and trying to create or whatever, it causes turnovers, which leads to transition baskets. And that was the key to the game. No offensive talent by the Lakers, turnovers, bad transition defense. Give them credit, for playing hard. Give Darvin Ham some credit for, switching it up, playing the zone. The zone kind of threw the Timberwolves off during the game, and they was able to kind of stay close. But ultimately, the lack of talent and the Timberwolves just having more talent on their team, it prevailed in the end. Give Anthony Davis a lot of credit. I thought overall he had a really, really good game. He had 30 something. Let's see what Anthony Davis had. I think he had 31 points. He played a really, really good game. Give him a lot of credit. He had coming off the ankle injury he had last night. Let me see his final numbers. Anthony Davis had 31 points, 8 boards, 11 to 20 shooting. Can't ask no more of that. Rui Hachimura had 18. That was solid. Torrey Prince, 14, solid. D'Angelo Russell, his numbers look okay, 17 points, 8 assists, but he did not have a good game. He took a lot of bad shots, a lot. He made some shots in the fourth quarter when the game was pretty much over, but, he didn't play a good game. But the turnovers, let's go through the turnovers real quick. 4 turnovers by D'Angelo Russell, 4 by Austin Reeves, 3 by Torian Prince, 2 by Rui Hachimura. Anthony Davis had 1. That's just too many turnovers, man. That's too many turnovers. And that cost them the game. But give them credit. That's all you can do. Again, people have said this before. When LeBron sit out, the Lakers look better. And it is what it is. I'm just giving you my honest basketball assessment. Just watching the game. When LeBron was not on the floor tonight, he was over there chilling, looking relaxed, like, whatever. If we lose, whatever, I'm chilling. When he's not on the floor, their defense looked much better. Now, they didn't win, but they looked better as a team, and they competed. They played harder. They just lost to a better team. And they just don't have the talent, people. This is not a championship level team. It's not. It's not. They only gonna go as far as Anthony Davis can take them. And I don't know what that is. There's 4 straight losses. Maybe Anthony Davis can get them to a 4, not a 4 seed, excuse me, to a 8 seed or something like that. But I don't know. But it is what it is. They just don't have the talent, people. So, anyway, that's long enough. I'm out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all put in the comments what y'all think about the game. I'll respond back, and we can talk about it. I'm out.